Charges were just dropped, everybody. Filed, everything. I've got it all for you right now. Bottom line, they are seeking the death penalty for the assassin of Charlie Kirk. Now, I'm going to walk you a lot of the ins and the outs of what they're actually requesting here. All the different text exchanges will come in a different video. I'm not going to do that right now. Right now, I want to show you the actual clip releases and the announcements of what's happening for justice in the case of the political assassination that we've been focusing on for the past month. All right, guys, listen, everything will be linked in the description box below. This is something that you need to send out so you can know that justice can be served, at least at the beginning process of the entire thing. And hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on, because we've been inspired like we've never been inspired before, quite candidly, on this channel, and I'd love to have you be a part of it. All right, let's get into this. It'll be a quicker one. At Braden LOA on X, if you would like to follow along and be part of the solution for this country. Let's get into the actual event of the video. So, earlier today, everyone was waiting for the live stream of the charges that were going to be dropped. Everyone wanted to know what they were going to ask for. Were they going to ask for the death penalty? Were they going to ask for, life in prison? All these different pieces, and a lot more information was dropped. It turns out they're going for the death penalty and 7 charges in total, which I'll walk you through here in 1 second. But first, let me show you a few of the language, the pieces of language that the guy brings up, the district attorney brings up, around his intent. Well, that whole "he was a righty" thing, yeah, that floated for about 15 seconds, right until, facts hit the left in the face. Let's get into this a little bit, and this should put that argument to bed forever. Look forward to them throwing something else against the wall.
Mate, why? Robinson, why did I do it? Roommate, yeah. Robinson, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Roommate, how long have you been planning this? Robinson, a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Robinson again, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDEK if it's had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about Prince. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find Prince.
All right, there's a few things that I want to hit on right here really quickly. One of them is going to be gun control, because the leftist politicians are complete opportunists and they'll try anything. But the first thing I want to hit on is I've had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. Does that sound like someone on the right, one of Charlie Kirk's supporters? Does that sound like a Turning Point USA constituent or a follower? No, that's the exact language of the left, the extremely rhetoric-driven, violent, extreme far left. And I'm not even ashamed to say it. I have no reservation saying it, because objectively, that is what happened here. Every single piece of evidence that has been put forward points directly to a radicalized, extreme rhetoric-driven violence coming from the extreme left. Every single thing. Now, in this case, he's actually texting with his transgender or transitioning boyfriend, who's also a furry, in a Discord server, which has other connections, which we're going to get parsed out later on with even more people connected. So, yeah, that whole narrative of, oh my goodness gracious, he was raised in a Christian conservative home, so he must be MAGA and gun culture and toxic Christianity and nationalism, all that kind of... Yeah, that goes right out the window, and they can start mass deleting right now. Again, antagonism is getting a little ramped up on this one. Now, the other thing that I want to hit on here is the gun control aspect, because they're always going to do it. And for the people who've been here for a while, I am a 2A gun policy expert along with the politics broad. That's kind of what I do, right? That's how I started in the creator space. And that's a big portion of my bona fides. However, this is an interesting perspective, because the left will go down this road of enhanced background checks, which means a background check for every single exchange of a firearm back and forth. And then there's also the exchange of red flag law conversations. Well, let me break it to them real hard, real fast. This guy was using his grandfather's old hunting rifle. He stole it from his father. So it was stolen. There is no enhanced background check. It was not possible because criminal is going to criminal. And red flag laws wouldn't have applied because red flag laws are unknown when he was this amazingly perfect Christian person. So all of this language that they always go down as a solution, really just to take your rights and stand on tragedy, we're just going to go ahead and shut that one out completely. But let's continue now to the actual charges because this is an important piece to this entire thing. The guy's going to walk through it. I'm going to kind of do a hodgepodge here where I'm going to be playing his audio. I'm going to show you the actual thread of text for the actual charges as we go. So just bear with me. We'll make it happen.
Today, after reviewing the evidence that law enforcement has collected thus far, I am filing a criminal information charging Tyler James Robinson, age 22, with the following crimes. Count 1, aggravated murder, a capital offense, for intentionally or knowingly causing the death of Charlie Kirk under circumstances that created a great risk of death to others. Count 2, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, a first-degree felony. The state is further alleging aggravating factors on counts 1 and 2 because the defendant is believed to have targeted Charlie Kirk based on Charlie Kirk's political expression and did so knowing that children were present and would witness the homicide. The state is also charging defendant with count 3, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony for moving and concealing the rifle used in the shooting. Count 4, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony for disposing the clothing he wore during the shooting. Count 5, witness tampering, a third-degree felony for directing his roommate to delete his incriminating texts. Count 6, witness tampering, a third-degree felony for directing his roommate to stay silent if police questioned him. And count 7, commission of a violent offense in the presence of a child, a Class A misdemeanor, for committing homicide knowing that children were present and may have seen or heard the murder and did so based on Charlie Kirk's political expression.
Okay, so there you go, guys. Right there. I'm going to go ahead and put a real firm flag in it for you, for everybody watching, maybe hoping on the left that it wasn't left-wing political activism. You now have the governor of Utah saying it is absolutely left-wing political assassination. You have the district attorney openly saying that they're going for the death penalty, and they're also saying because it was of political affiliation. There is no question at all. This is a far-left political assassination of a thought leader on the right. And now that I've said that and shown you that they're going to go for the death penalty, I'm going to break this down what this means in general. We now have a significant amount of information and the charges that are being issued. You are firmly in the absolute certainty that this was left-wing political violence against a right-wing influencer or commentator or thought leader, however you say it. They're going to seek the death penalty. Now, you are in a position to fully drive in Charlie's memory because you know that they were so scared of what he was doing that they killed him for political reasons. You already knew it before, but now you know it, have another reinforcing point. We're going to save this country, and we're going to reinforce and multiply what Charlie was doing through Turning Points USA, because I'll be honest with you, I'm more motivated than I've been in a very long time, and we are going to drive this vision of Turning Points as far as I possibly can, and I think you guys are going to do it as well. So, for our country, for our republic, I will see you guys on the next one later tonight. My name is Braden. See you later.